welcome to Sports Talk with L-Beasley. It is Wednesday afternoon here for me in Detroit, Michigan. Thank you for tuning in. For those, I apologize for missing yesterday. Yesterday was actually really crazy due to the election and going out to vote. And for those who went out and voted or, whatnot, you guys definitely know what I'm talking about. And shout out to all those, who went out and voted. I don't care what race you are, what gender you are, whether you're gay, you're straight. No matter what your views are, the fact that you went out and voted, you expressed your views, no matter who you voted for or whatever. Just shout out to all those who went out and voted. Congratulations to Barack Obama and his family for him being reelected. That's, just letting you know, that's who I supported. Happy for him, his family. Hopefully he can continue to make our country better and ultimately this world better. Like I said, but just shout out to, once again, all those who went out to vote, like I said, voiced their opinions and took the time to actually go vote, because once again, your vote does matter. You do have a voice. So I just wanted that to be said. Just going into basically, as far as sports, today, besides the NBA, there's no NFL today. Obviously, it's Wednesday. So there's really not big crazy news in the NFL. There's a couple little things going on in the NBA. It's not little things, but some injuries. And then you obviously got some games today I'm going to discuss. But just going on to the NFL real quick. Quarterback Andrew Luck has become the latest member of the Indianapolis Colts to shave his head in support of Coach Chuck Pagano, who is undergoing treatments for leukemia. And when I saw this, I just thought that was, an honorable thing for them all to do. And he's not the only one. Nearly 30 Colt players have shaved their heads, including wide receiver Reggie Wayne, linebacker Robert Mathis, defensive lineman Corey Redding, kicker Adam Vinatieri, safety Antoine Vita, running back Donald Brown, and like I said, that's just a couple names I'm naming, but like I said, nearly 30 players on the Colts have shaved their heads in honor of their coach, and that's just, it's a great thing to see. Like I said, they've been doing a heck of a job even in his absence of fighting, just like he's fighting, and that's just been great to see. And like I said, to see the honor coming from their young leader in Andrew Luck and the rest of the team also doing it as well. It's just been great to see. So I just wanted to bring that up because I thought that was, really nice, and hopefully Coach gets better, because definitely want him back on the field and healthy. So get well soon, Coach Chuck Pagano. Definitely want you back on the field. As far as the NBA, there's nothing horribly going wrong. Well, for a couple teams there. We learned today that the Indiana Pacers expect to be without Danny Granger for approximately 3 months. The star forward had an injection to treat the patella tendonitis in his left knee, and apparently things didn't. I guess the injection went fine, but now he's going to be out for 3 months. And just speaking from a Pacer perspective, this could be a huge blow going down the course of the season. Obviously, Pacers aren't horrible necessarily right now. They're 2-2 this season without their star small forward. Obviously, this opens up the door for other people, in my opinion, to step up, including players like Paul George. Paul George, he's been pretty much averaging a double-double. I think it's time for him to step up. I think it's time for players like George Hill to step up. It's time for Roy Hibbert to step up. And not even just for Danny Granger being out, but just as a big man in this league, it's time for him to step up. So this could be a huge blow to the Pacers. But at the end of the day, I'm just really looking to see how they're going to respond. They've lost some guys, to free agency and whatnot. So it's just going to be real interesting to see how this team responds. This was one of the top teams in the East last year, as far as, just competing and whatnot. Obviously, a lot of people know they gave the Miami Heat a good competitive series. So just really want to see how the Pacers are going to, handle these next 3 months without Danny Granger. Some teams become better without their start. Others, fail. So this will just be interesting how they continue to play without Danny Granger. And once again, they're already 2-2 this season without him being there. So just want to see how that goes. Tyler Zeller of the Cleveland Cavaliers, the rookie center, will be out indefinitely with a concussion and a broken cheekbone. He was elbowed in the face by a Los Angeles Clipper by the name of DeAndre Jordan in the fourth quarter of Monday's game. So, as far as him being out, it's still a big blow because obviously he's a key member of their team. And the biggest thing that worries you with them is just it's no specific timeline. The return, he'll continue to be monitored and evaluated, but I know he's not playing tonight because I think they're playing Golden State Warriors. I think they're playing tonight. So, I think that's really the main thing, is the fact that the timetable is uncertain. And like I said, he is a key part of this offense. But once again, if he's out for however long he's out, that leaves the opportunity for some other people to step up. That team is full of some young cats who are looking for an opportunity to shine, and I'll talk about one of them in a minute. And just, just getting on to that. But like I said, as far as, Tyler Zeller, hopefully he's okay and he'll be back on the court soon, but definitely don't want to rush him back with an injury like a concussion. Just saying. Moving on to just some of the other stuff that's going on in the NBA. Like I said, we have games today that's going on in the NBA. You got the Celtics and the Wizards. You got the Bobcats and the Suns, Pacers and Hawks, 76ers and Hornets, Grizzlies and Bucks, Magic and Timberwolves, Nuggets and the Rockets, Lakers and the Jazz, the Raptors and the Mavericks, Pistons and the Kings, Spurs and the Clippers, and Cavaliers and the Warriors. And last but not least, the game that probably most people want to hear about and see is the Brooklyn Nets versus the Miami Heat. Going into this game, as far as the Heat and Brooklyn Nets are concerned, Brooklyn Nets small forward Gerald Wallace will miss his second straight game tonight, due to a high left ankle sprain apparently. That could be a huge blow defensively, just because Gerald Wallace is he's small forward. That's the person who you kind of count on to kind of basically check LeBron and Wade at times. So that can be kind of a huge blow. But it would have been nice to really see how healthy Wallace would have matched up against the Heat star LeBron James. Me personally, and I know that veteran Keith Bogans will start for Wallace. As far as I know. And I also hear that Josh Childress will miss his straight game due to a sore left ankle as well. So, if I'm the Nets right now, you want to get healthy. But somebody asked me a question. Is it possible to defend the Miami Heat? And the reason that question was asked was because with the Miami Heat in their first 4 games, they've averaged about 111 points per game, basically, which is the most in the NBA. So, when they asked me that question, my first response was, any team can get beat. Can you defend them? First off, I feel like you have to pick your poison. But if you even not even starting off offensively, I think one of your best defenses when you're playing the Heat is your offense. You have to be good as the team facing off against the Miami Heat. You have to be good offensively. And that doesn't necessarily mean play perfect, but that means play at the top of your game. Playing at the top of your game means no turnover, shooting having a high field goal percentage, finishing and executing in the paint, those type of things. Playing at the top of your game, because that's what the Heat pretty much bring every night. And then it goes back to what I said earlier, picking your poison. You have to kind of pick who you want, what you may want to lose by, or what you want to deal with. Do you want to deal? Personally, you got to make it seem like, okay, do I want Dwayne Wade and LeBron to kill me with 40 points, or do I want to basically give Mario Chalmers, Rashad Lewis, Ray Allen, Shane Battier, do I want to give these guys practice jump shots? And what I mean by practice jump shots is that they're wide open. You have to pick your poison if you're playing the Miami Heat. And that's not just the Nets, that's anybody. You almost got to pick how you want to defend. Like I said, I've always been one of those people. To me, there's no sense in double teaming LeBron and Wade. You want to know why? Because it's not going to stop them from doing what they do. That's just what they do. To me, that's a waste of time and energy trying to double team people like LeBron. Obviously in the post, every once in a while, if he's really getting in deep, you want to just try it. But the double teams that I see on these guys is ridiculous, because all you're leaving is these, once again, these shooters wide open. Like I said, let LeBron and them score 40. They're not going to beat you just with, I think that they can beat you just with that, but you're still challenging the rest of the role players to step up and score in a different way. Or maybe you're challenging them to score with a hand in their face, which is something they haven't really had to deal with the entire season so far. And obviously, it's just 4 games, so it's not the entire season, but so far in the season. But, that was just somebody asked me that today on Twitter, how do you defend the Heat? And that was pretty much my answer. You have to play well offensively first, because like I said, I don't think you beat the Heat without playing well offensively yourself, unless they're just having a horrible night. And then at the end of the day, you have to pick your poison. Which one do you kind of want to die? Which part of the sword do you want to die by? You want to die by the wide open shooting side of it, or would you rather, basically make LeBron and Wade, or, force them, hey, let them score 40 or whatever, but you're still challenging one of those role players to step up. You're still challenging one of the role players to step up and say, you know what, I'm going to go out here and score. I'm going to help Wade and Bosh. I'm going to help Wade and LeBron. I'm going to help LeBron and Bosh. You're still challenging one of those role players to step up more than they have maybe in the first 4 games. So that's really what I just want to say about that part. I say, agree or disagree on that. Another fan request I had was a couple of days ago. Somebody actually asked me they asked me what I think of Dion Waiters, who plays for the Cleveland Cavaliers, a rookie out of Syracuse. And, I didn't really get a chance to discuss it last week, but I said, since today was kind of a light day as far as talking. As far as, he just came off a big game against the Clippers. But as far as Dion Waiters goes, I mean, I'm not really surprised by what he's doing. Dion Waiters was one of those guys, at least personally for me, watching at Syracuse. I mean, this guy, in my opinion, is a physically gifted player with an excellent frame and terrific instincts. He's aggressive defensively, which definitely fuels the area of his game by creating opportunities. But he does a very good job, in my opinion, keeping his head up and attacking when his team has numbers and advantage. So he's a decent creator. He's very crafty with the ball in his hand, does a good job of using his shiftiness to get to the basket and switching the ball between hands and showing a very good feeling for weaving through the defense. So, I mean, this is a guy who, like I said, he's not the quickest or fastest, but like I said, he has good commitment to using his well-built frame to go hard to the basket. And like I said, frequently finishing with power and playing with a real mean streak on the break. And that's what you really want to see out of a guy like him. The main thing I would say, in the half-court setting, he does some pick and rolls here and there, but he needs to work on his jump shot and improve that as much as he can. Like I said, it's not a bad jump shot. It just, needs to be improved. It's definitely something he could work on. But with him and Kyrie Irving, I mean, there's no reason Dion Waiters and Kyrie Irving can't be successful. These guys have history. Irving and Waiters have been pushing each other for years. They met in high school, I think, they met in high school actually when they were like the top 2 ranked prospects in New Jersey. So they grew up within 55 miles of each other. Irvin was at St. Patrick, Waiters was at Life Center Academy. So, they would see each other all the time at local AAU tournaments, and they would go head to head. So this is not new to them. Like I said, obviously Irvin and Waiters, they seem to respect each other. So I'm really watching them just to build that bond. There's no reason they can't be that dynamic duo in the backcourt that we as fans shudder at, for years. It was no different than what we said, about certain backcourts in the past. It was similar to what some people felt about John Wall and Bradley Beal. Once John Wall gets healthy and Bradley Beal gets a field going, there's no reason why they can't be a dynamic duo in the backcourt. So, like I said, the chemistry is there from what I'm seeing. I'm not surprised. I said obviously they've known each other for years, but I like Waiters. Like I said, this was a good pick for me for Cleveland. He gave you a score. Like I said, you bring somebody in there other than Kyrie, so he doesn't have to carry the load. The big thing with him is just constantly improving his game, getting better, learning the game of NBA, and just consistency. That's one of my main things is consistency. That's one of the things I'm always looking out for. So just to answer somebody's question about Dion Waiters, that's pretty much what I think about Dion Waiters. And that's, like I said, he can definitely be a star in this league, and definitely, like I said, a huge part of being a dynamic duo in the NBA. Because, like I said, that's something that teams truly lack now, is having that a dynamic duo in the backcourt. True dynamic duo. Not that, no offense to LeBron, but not no 3 and 4 pushing the ball with a 2 guard who do the exact same thing or have the exact same skill set, basically. No offense to LeBron and Wade, just saying. But just having that real dynamic duo. Like I said, some people consider Chauncey and Rip Hamilton to be that back, with the Detroit Pistons, back when they were together, 03, 04, those days. You've heard other, recognitions of that. Derek Fisher and Kobe. Some people, I never really considered that to be a dynamic duo, but some people did. I mean, it's been different dynamic duos of, a point guard and a shooting guard. So, I mean, there's no reason why this team can't. The Cleveland Cavaliers. Let's say Cleveland Cavaliers to me are a team to look out for. And like I said, I'm not picking them to go win the Eastern Conference, but they're a young team with, some nice veterans on the squad. They're hungry for their city to succeed. They're sick of living in the LeBron James shadow. I mean, there's no reason why this Cavaliers team can't cause some issues in the East and make some noise. That's what the NBA is all about. Or at least what I want the NBA to be about. These young teams coming back, man. These teams that people forget about to make some noise. And hopefully Kyrie Irving, Dion Waiters, Tyler Zeller, when he gets healthy, and the rest of the Cleveland Cavaliers can, turn this Cavaliers team into something. I want to see them succeed. I hate when the team is diminished because of one player. I hate that. Whether I love the player or not, just like when Kobe eventually retires, I don't want to see the Lakers just fall and diminish. I want to see them build up. That shows me a lot about your team. So I really want to see the Cavs get to somewhere they can be proud of, be that consistent team. So just looking out for that. So once again, thank you for tuning in. Like I said, this was a short show, mainly just, I mean, it's some stuff to talk about, but not that much. I hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to let me know what you think. If you agree, you disagree, let me know why, all that jazz. If you have a topic you want me to discuss, as you can see, I actually answered 2 fan topic questions today. So if you have a topic you want me to discuss, like I said, whether it's a coach, a team, a player, be sure to let me know. If you want to be a guest on my show, or if you want me to be a guest on your show, please contact me. All my contact information is on the credits at the end. Follow me on Twitter, friend me on Facebook, all that jazz. Go check out MoneyBallSportswear.com. They're a huge supporter of me, sports talk, or well, of me, Lauren Beasley, and a huge supporter of Sports Talk with L-Beasley. So go check them out. You're gonna love their clothes. If you love Nike, you love Under Armour, you're gonna love Moneyball. So go check out MoneyBallSportswear.com. The only way to ball is Moneyball. Once again, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoy the show. Thanks for all the continuous support. Keep it coming. Oh yeah, I reached 100 subscribers on YouTube the other day, so big shout out to everybody who subscribed to my channel. I really, really appreciate it, and hopefully it just continues to grow and get up in the 200s, 300s, the 500s, the thousands, the millions, So hopefully you guys just continue to support me. So big shout out to, like I said, all my fans and supporters, especially those who, like I said, continue to support me. And thanks for helping me reach 100 subscribers. Let's keep it going. So thank you again, and I will see you guys tomorrow.